Hi, everybody. My name is Lidia Rabanales.
Hi, my name is Karen Torres.
Welcome to Sculpting or Soul Podcast, a podcast where you can hear about experience living for mainstay of happiness. If you stay listening to us, maybe you could find you are not the only one in this huge world trying to be your best version.
Yeah, today we want to talk about building process of our personality. How can we define ourselves? How our personality has changed during the years, and what aspects of our personality will like change. So let's start, Lydia. First, how can you define yourself?
Okay, this is a difficult question to answer, but I think that in this moment of my life, I don't know well who I am. I can't define my personality because I am in a process I am in a building process of my personality. So the thing that I can say is that the only thing that I am sure it's my values that are based of my behavior. For example, the first is respecting other people and respecting life in general. Second, I would say set boundaries to take care of myself. The third, I think that is being responsible of my life and my own decisions. Fourth, solidarity. And fifth, I think that is um, trying to be the best always, but not the best comparing myself with others. Um, being myself by myself and for myself. And what about you? How can you define yourself?
Wow, that's so interesting. I'm glad for you. Like you have this like you know what you want. About myself, well, it's difficult to just say one specific about my personality, but because people in general have different perspective of one word. For example, for someone, kindness can means I don't know, one action, one good action, or kindness can mean a nice word or something like that. So it's difficult. But in general, I will describe myself as someone reserved, patient, quiet. Like I prefer to observe more than talk. Emotional, practical. I prefer something that I can use and understand. I don't like the abstract knowledge. And loyalty is an important value in my life. And I try to be always sincere. On bad days, I will say that I am cowardly, negative, and pessimistic. But in general, I try to be friendly and easygoing.
Yeah, it's true. I think that there's a difference between you and me because in my case, I prefer the abstract knowledge than the practical knowledge. For me, it's easier to understand the abstract knowledge, or maybe it's not easier, but it's a challenge for me, and I love the challenge. And I love challenging. So yeah, I think that it's a difference between you and me, but like you said, I'm very, very reserved too. And I think that maybe it's because we are an introvert uh, person. So we prefer observe before take an action, for example.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like how we are different, but at the same time, we are introverts. It's a good point of view that I didn't think about it. Um, so yeah.
Okay, and tell me, have you ever thought what aspect of your personality would you like to change?
Oh yeah, a lot of times. For example, I would like to be more brave, more confident, face my bad days better, deal with negative thoughts, be more talkative and sociable in general. I do admire people who are curious. It's something that I would like to improve. Like you, I admire you because you are interested on many topics, abstract topics, and social um, topics in general. So I admire that about you because for that you need to be curious and learn by yourself, like search information and be independent. Like I depend a lot of my friends, like their opinions, and so be more independent in my own opinions and decisions.
Yeah, it's true. I think that be more independent, it's a process that never ends, because we are social beings and we always going to depend on someone else. But in my case, I would like to let control go, for example, because that makes me feel so stressed all the time, because I want control everything, because I want to be sure that everything is going to be okay or something like that. And maybe it's because I don't have the self confidence, the necessary self confidence to trust that if something is going bad, I can face that, you know. So I would like to change that, and sometimes I would like to be more kind, maybe, because sometimes, like, I am an introvert person. I don't have the energy to talk with someone else, for example. So that can interpret as something unpolite, for example. But it's not the case, I don't have the energy to talk with someone else. And the other thing that I would like to change of my personality, uh, it could be more softly with myself, because I used to punish myself so much, and I really want to understand that I am a human too, and I deserve the love and the fairness and all of that I give to other people.
Yes, I got you. It's a process like that everyone needs to do. Everyone needs to do. And I completely understand you because even if I am kind, I am not brave enough to take action. Like I just think about like, oh, should I or not, or and while I'm thinking someone else just help the person, and I'm like, okay, maybe the next time. So um, I think also the personality is influenced by other aspects. So what events do you think have influenced your personality?
In my case, definitely my childhood. It's an important factor in my uh, building process of personality, because I think that when you are a child, you learn all the things that you know and now, for example, and you learn how to how do you have to act and face the situation of your life. So I think that my childhood is an important factor, but I think that all the things that I have been living maybe like 4 years ago or 6 years ago. For example, m- my behavior based in front of the national situation, for example, my activisms and my career degree too, because I think that anthropology is not a professional career; it's a way to live because you can't stop being anthropology unless you are not working, for example. You are always watching the things with an anthropologist viewer. So I think that it's important in my personality. And the other thing is that since 2 years ago or three maybe, I I'm trying to improve myself and trying to be a better person. So I am in a psychologist process that helped me to understand myself and change the things that I don't like it, for example. And what about you?
Yeah, as you said, I think my childhood, also my family, since I was a kid, like everything influenced me. School too, obviously, my friends, my classmates, like I admire them, or I just decide like, oh, I don't want to be like this person. And also the good or bad feedback that I received. Also, all the situations that I live, like your personality are constantly changing, and what you live change your point of view. I will say that as you said, my career also changed my mind because study theater, like you are more conscious about other people and the importance of know yourself. So if like even you know more about yourself and you boost confidence, and it's something nice. I will recommend to everyone to study theater. So so yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Like as you said before, we are not the same person always. We are always changing, and it's a process. And I think that sometimes we are constantly watching videos of Instagram or Facebook or Twitter that tell us that we have to change right now and you have to be the best version of yourself right now and all of that, and you have to be perfect or something like that. But I think that there's no perfection in human life, and in human sense too. So we have to be aware that um, being the best version of ourselves, uh, it's a process, and it's a process that you won't ever end, never, because even if you are an adult or a elder person, uh, you will have things that you don't like about you, but the important thing is that you are trying to be better, but it's a process.
Absolutely. I think everyone has their own time, and it's more about to embrace your flaws and your good qualities. Also, it's a process and you need to do it because you want to, not because you just say, "Oh, I want to be like someone else." No, it's because you want to be a better version of yourself.
Exactly. And I think that it's important that that the people that are listening to us learn that the change is a process. So you don't have to worry, you don't have to hurry up all the time trying to be perfect, and being a perfectionist person could be a awful thing, because you punish yourself because you are not perfect and all of that. So in conclusion, I think that the good news is we have all our lives to improve ourselves. And I mean, we don't have to change right now all aspects we don't like about our personality, because it's a process. And if you think this life could seem boring if you were perfect, it's because it will be, So it's better to have something to work in yourself than be perfect and be always the same person, for example. So that doesn't mean you never we try to be a better person. It means we can't be perfect, but the most valuable thing is trying the best.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And it's an adventure all your life. It's a process, highs and lows, but just enjoy it. And I don't have nothing else to add. So thank you for listening to us in Sculpting Our Soul podcast. We hope this episode has been helpful for you. Don't miss our next episode where we're going to talk about social mainstay, specifically about extrovert and introvert in social area. So bye. See you the next episode.
Bye.